How long have you been messing around with Millia at this point?
I'd say 3 or 4 weeks now.
3 or 4 weeks. Okay. Still liking her?
Yeah.
Yeah. We like speedy characters around here.
Yeah, I like the press button. Oh, what color am I? Okay.
Block. Also, I apologize in advance for bad delay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude, her TK Bad Moon is absurdly fast. Absurdly fast overhead.
I haven't played against another Millia, so I don't know how that feels.
Oh, right.
Let's try blocking it.
Yeah, she's big cheap. But I could definitely tell though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What move was that that caught me? Was that the disc or your move?
It was the disc, and then all I did was air dash left right to make it like ambiguous, so you have to switch your guard when she air dashes over you. So like she can put the disc on you, and then rather than actually like attacking you, she can just like change what side she's on, and then the opponent has to change which way they're blocking based on which side she's on. And yeah, it can be pretty tough to block.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. So it's like
Yeah.
it's like for another type of roll, right? To get it across. the opponent?
Exactly, yeah. So instead of rolling behind them, she can just air dash over them too. So she can do both to cause like a left-right mix-up, because she has like good high-low mix-ups with the TK Bad Moon and her 6K overhead, but she also has left-right mix-ups like that too.
Okay.
That's the thing with Millia, is that when she hits like buttons really far, she has like no way to really convert it into a knockdown without spending meter.
Yeah.
Nice. Good shit. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely tell that you like understand how to play her, but are just like getting used to her.
Yeah. I'm trying to get that 2366 tandem top timing. It's still hard for me.
The 236H. This.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay.
So like you feel like a little slide run forward.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Nice. So, other than Melee, like, is there any other fighting games that you've specifically played, or is this like the first one?
A year ago, I played BB Tag.
Oh, okay, nice.
So I still play that occasionally, but I'm learning Guilty Gear primarily right now.
Okay, so you feel like you're learning Guilty Gear, not like 2D fighting games, like traditional fighting games.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I also started Eunice too. That seems fun.
Yeah, Eunice is really fun. That's another thing that's really good with her, is using her pin to just throw it at people's normals. Like, when she has pin, her neutral is absurd compared to a lot of other characters. Just because of, like, how much that she can just... If she has the correct read on a normal that the opponent presses, she gets a stagger, and then she can start her offense just off of that.
Do you only get the stagger if, like, you hit them in a certain part? Because sometimes I hit the pin and nothing happens.
Yeah, you only get the stagger on counter hit, so you have to hit them out of the startup of their attack. So a lot of times with Millia, kind of think of it like sniping them. Like if I'm doing this poke right here, and you think, oh, I think he's going to run up and poke, you can run up to beta poke, because if I run at you like this, you're going to press something, right? Like most people will. So the way that you can think of it is if you can run at them, jump, and then snipe the poke, you'll actually get a stagger, and you can run in and get a full combo and then start your offense. And it's relatively safe, because if you're wrong, all you do is just kind of hop over them and you can pick it back up. See?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's really, really useful for Millia. A lot of people are scared to do shit against Millia if she has the pin, just because of that concept, where it's like, I hope she doesn't throw it right here. Awesome. Libido Wizard, I see you in the chat. He said, oh wait, Melee player is starting to use Millia. It must be a Fox player. Like, it makes sense. It makes,
no, he's right.
He's right. That's exactly what I would expect someone who likes Fox to play. I tried learning Melee a long time ago, actually, and I had a character crisis. And I started with Falcon at first, but then I switched to Falco. See, like that right there. It's relatively safe for me to do that, because like if you block it, it's like the pin just falls back towards me. And then if it hits you, like, then you get like a full combo. So like, I think that would be one thing, because I know you mentioned before that you do make good use of her air dashes and her air heavy, because that button is stupid. But yeah, I think definitely making more use of the pin would help.
Okay. See if I can do that here.
Yeah. Now there might be times where you might miss and lose it, but like you're only gonna learn by chucking it. Like it's just practice. So you chuck it, you lose it, then you learn how to properly like throw it and get it back. I find like air dashing at people and using the heavy one helps, because the heavy one makes her like kind of like front flip over them. Because most of the time when you throw the pin at them, it'll oftentimes go either at the opponent's feet or behind them. So like sometimes doing like air dash and doing it, so I end up behind you where it is, like that. So like in that situation, it's yeah. So like air dashing at them and then throwing the heavy one, oftentimes you'll land at least relatively close to it, as compared to like this. Like that's kind of whack.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to keep in mind. But okay. Yeah, but once you lose it, you definitely want to go pick it back up. Like, if you're ever near it, like, if you watch a lot of Millia players, when they lose that pin, they go hunt it down. Ah, fucked up my tandem top. So she can also pick up the pin by rolling over it too. I don't know if you know that or not.
By rolling?
Yeah, if you roll over the pin, she'll also pick it up. So hitting down on it or rolling over it picks it up. Nice. The dude who was talking about you playing Fox said, I'm a Peach main, so I play Alpha. I was like, that also makes sense. I play Zato, so I guess I should be a Rosaluma main, but that's not melee, so.
Yeah, that air dash after the pop is scary.
Yeah, it is. It's super hard to block. One thing you can do to defend against Millia that's actually good to know as a Millia player is that mix-up loses heavily to Blitz Shield if you're familiar with using Blitz Shield. Are you familiar with using it? It's when you hit Heavy Slash and any attack button except for Dust at the same time. Most people use Heavy Slash, yeah, and you can charge it. It costs 25% of your meter. And basically, when you do that, any attack that's except for a low will get parried, basically, and including projectiles. It's a really like difficult mechanic to understand at first. But what happens is you'll parry the disc, and when you successfully parry the disc, the mix-up that she does doesn't matter which side she's on. It just counters it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you've only been playing for 3 weeks, you're insanely good for only playing for 3 weeks. Like, that's actually impressive. I also don't know, so we talked about the pin, and I also don't know if you know, but if Millia lands her 6k overhead, she can combo off of it without doing the slash tandem top 236 S spin. That works only in the corner. You know what I'm talking about? So like, yeah, so like her 6k overhead into this, that's good for the corner because this move wall bounces, but it only wall bounces in the corner. So like if you're mid-screen and you do this, you can't combo off of it. But if this move hits, because it's an overhead, if it hits a crouching character, she can combo off of it by herself.
Oh. Okay.
So you don't have to do this, and it's better because you actually get an actual full combo. It only works if it hits crouching, so if it does hit them standing, you can't combo off of it, but it shouldn't hit someone standing, because it's like, why were you standing and got hit by an overhead?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you want to try it, you just do that, and then go into her 5k, and you just do 5k, 5s. It takes some practice, especially with online, like, it's just timing, but... there you go. And then you go into her, you do 5k, 5 slash, 5 heavy slash. So just kick slash, heavy slash, all the standing ones, real simple. And then you do roll into the heavy slash one where she stabs you with her hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the combo. Exactly. And then if you wanted to, you could Roman cancel that and then get her full air combo into the mix-up. Or you could just, you know, let this hit and then just, you know. So if you ever hit this mid-screen, you can just do that combo.
When do you do the Roman cancel?
So you could do the Roman cancel, like, and then get her B&B, basically, is what I was saying. If you wanted to. It's 50% meter and it's not going to tack on that much damage, but maybe if it was going to get the kill or something, or you just want to carry him to the corner, it's an option you have. Because the thing about that ender, where you do the roll into the heavy slash hit, the thing about that ender is that Millia can't really get Oki off of that. Like, I'll show you. So, like, a lot of her stuff, like, if you do this, you know, she can get Oki, right? But if she does this mid-screen, whoops, I didn't mean to roll to the other side. So if she does this, like, she can't get there in time. So sometimes it might be worth it to be like, well, you know, I want to keep my pressure, and then now you can. So you spent 50% meter, but you literally carried him to the corner, and you got mix. Whereas before, they would have probably stayed roughly mid screen with no mix. And Millia wants the mix, so yeah. So that you could get all of that just off of this.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Alright. And that's a bad pin. That's what you don't do. That's why I did that. I just wanted to show what not to do. So.
Guess I was also a bad pin.
Yeah, it happens though. Even the best Millia players, you're gonna lose the pin sometimes. It's inevitable.
Oh, there's the other combo, or 5k assets, okay.
Yeah. It can, if you're that far though, then it won't. So you have to be relatively close. You don't have to be like super close, but relatively close to get the 5k.
So like this won't work probably.
Yeah, if you're like back there, no way. Yeah, it won't work.
Okay. It needs to be in range of this.
Yeah, as long as they're in range of the kick after the 6k, then it should, the whole combo. Okay. So that should have been fine. I also don't know if you know either, but when she does her 6k overhead, she actually is invulnerable below herself. Like, her hair does not have a hurt box. So when you do her 6k, moves like this will go like right under. Yeah. See? So if somebody's like just mashing low punches or something, she'll actually go over it, and then you get your full combo. And because of that, I believe she actually can't be thrown out of it either, because you can't throw airborne opponents. I think she's actually considered airborne, if you want to try it.
Okay. I'm not good at grabs, so I don't know if I can.
Yeah, just do her 6k, and then I'll try and throw you. For timing, actually do this. So jump, and then do 6k when you land, so that way I know it's coming.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
No,
Delay.
You're good. the delay, yeah.
Yeah.
She might be able to. Actually, I'll let her kind of get through the animation a little bit. Try it one more time and then let it go if it doesn't work. Yeah, I think she can actually still be thrown out of it. I think it's not that she's airborne, it's just that she's still considered grounded, but it's just that she doesn't have a hurt box at her feet, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, using, cause like it looks like you know her B&B combos, like you know how to do her mix. You're just like getting used to it. And plus she's a hard character. Like other characters are so much more consistent than she is. Like depending on how you get the hit, sometimes her combos can like drop because they'll be like too high in the air or too far in the air.
Yeah, I get that too far thing a lot.
Yeah, which is like. Yeah, it seems like that's you got that down. I think it's just like little bits of advice here and there, using the pin in neutral, that kind of thing. Yeah, so she can't really get mix off that, which sucks. Nice. kind of a cheesy thing Millia can do is like rolling in.
Rolling?
And then
Yeah.
rolling in and then going for a throw, but it's like it doesn't work consistently because most people will like clearly see you doing it and hit you out of it. But sometimes you can sneak it in there.
Do you have any tips on getting throws? Because whenever I try and do it, I get 6H instead.
Yes. So there's a specific reason why that's happening to you. So in Guilty Gear, when you run in this game, your character does a break. And this break is an actual recovery period. You do not recover immediately. And so if you try to like... if you try to block, for example, you can't block during this period. And if you try to go for a throw, it won't come out. So what you have to do is you either have to let the break happen for just a little bit. You don't have to let the whole thing complete, but just for like a little bit and then throw. Or you can do a technique called FD break, which is what everyone does. And what FD break does is when you block using faultless defense, it cancels your dash recovery instantly. So in Guilty Gear, if you're running and someone throws a projectile at you or something, you can't block it immediately. The break period right here will get you hit, but FD break will allow you to block it instantly. And so when people go for throws, they run FD break and then throw them. Whoops. So run and then FD break throw is the fastest way. Otherwise, you could run, let the break happen for a bit, and then throw them. So you can see how like I run, let her break. But if you run and then just immediately hit throw, oftentimes you won't get it. Especially if you're holding forward, you definitely won't get it. So like for example, like run at me real quick and then just hit heavy slash. So like run at me and hold it and then hit heavy slash. You'll always get 6H. So you have to stop and then do it. So that might be a problem too. So like you run, stop, and then like let her like break and then throw. And oftentimes if you do it out of back throw, because hitting back will make you stop, run and then you can back stop. You have to basically, if you run up to them, just make sure that you stop. And also throws only come out if you're point blank. So sometimes even if you do it right, sometimes you might not be as close as you thought you were. Like you thought you were in throw range, but you were just out of it, so it gave you the normal. But as long as you run up, you either FD break or you let the game do its natural break for like a split second. Basically just let the stick return to neutral for a bit and then throw them.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's completely cool too to get a throw with Millia and then Roman cancel the throw and then do her bread and butter combo after it as well. It'll kind of scale in terms of damage because you got it off the throw, but I mean, like I said, if it's gonna kill or carry him to the corner or something, it is an option you can choose to take.
Okay.
Nice. Ooh, the movement. Damn. My dude's with spamming the tech skill. Final destination out here.
Okay, after that. Well, I'm guessing the same thing applies to when you roll. You have to, I guess, let the animation finish.
Yeah. So like doing throws out of moves is pretty easy because you can honestly just mash it. Like if you throw, I mean obviously as long as you don't mash it to get that. But no, the same thing doesn't apply doing it after special moves actually. Like if you do a special move like her roll, like you could try it yourself. But if you press heavy slash too quick, you're gonna get the follow up. But as long as the window for her follow up has passed, like towards the last few frames of the roll, you could even mash throw and you should get it as long as you're in range. Obviously, if you're not, like you don't roll close enough, then you're gonna get it. So the two culprits of you not getting throw and getting like a 6H or just a 5H is always gonna be either A, you weren't in range and you just thought you were. Or B, like I said, if you run at someone and just do it without breaking first, you're always going to get 6H. But if you run stop a little bit. You don't have to stop for that long, but just run, stop, then throw. Those are really the only 2 ways that you won't get it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So like you don't have to
that
FD
really
break
isn't
it
as long as I
still.
thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean you can yeah, you can still just regularly break, but yeah, it's still fine. Oh, that's why. So right there, this is a third reason. I'm so glad you did that. I almost forgot. When somebody wakes up in this game, unlike most other fighting games, when you get knocked down in Guilty Gear and you wake up, even though they're able to be hit for the first few frames, you're actually throw invulnerable for, I forget the exact number of frames, for a certain number of frames. There was a point there where you did it right. You'll notice you were clearly in range and you got her close heavy slash. It's because I forgot. On Wake Up, you're throw invulnerable in Guilty Gear for a period of time, even though you can be hit and you're off. Oh. You're up. Okay. Yeah, that's the third reason. So throwing people right after they got off the ground, rarely people do that in Guilty Gear because you have to wait. You have to wait a while, and like if you have to wait that long, they're gonna press something. So typically, it's if you want to throw people after they get up, you want to make them block something first, like her 2P, like a crouch punch or something first. So tick grabbing people, that the concept still applies to them blocking too. Like if you get hit or block something in Guilty Gear, you're also throw invulnerable for a little bit after coming out of it. But the amount you're throw invulnerable after waking up is a lot longer. I know that shit sounds super specific, and it's like, why did Arxis make the game the way they did? But they did. It's such a weird concept, but nice. Mix up city.
Surprised I got that with the delay.
Yeah, I know, right? I was watching it. I was like, damn, Online Warrior. Yeah, I'm sure as you've noticed that, like, I know you didn't mean to do it, but, like, I'm just saying, like, Secret Garden can be really, really hard to set up because, like, it takes 8,000 years to start up. But one scenario that she can do it is after this move hits, because I said she doesn't get any mix. But, like, it lasts so long, she can oftentimes just do this. Just because it's like, why not? Puts it out there in neutral. And also, even if Millia gets hit, Secret Garden doesn't disappear. So after like this knockdown, because it knocks him so far, it's like, fuck it, help me out in neutral, and then you can kind of go in. So that's one way you can kind of use it.
Okay.
It's as long as they're not a character that somehow has a way to like instantly punish you from full screen, which most don't. I'm sure there's like one who probably could, but. Oh yeah, I forgot. She actually can combo off her throw and common throws. Is there any characters you struggle playing against at all, or no?
I haven't played against a whole bunch of the cast yet, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, gotcha. Do you have like a local scene that you go to play? Like anything in general, like Melee or Guilty Gear?
No, I just play online.
Just play online. Okay, weird. Hold on one sec. Alright. My bad.
Okay. Oh, no. Are there any grounded moves that Millia has that you suggested in the neutral?
Far slash is basically your god and savior. This is your main grounded button. The rest of them, like, you can try to sweep stuff because it does low profile a little bit. She's really low to the ground, but it's not that great. Most of the time it's going to be just far slash and then chaining it into heavy slash. Heavy slash is kind of too slow to do on its own, so it's mostly going to be that as your main grounded poke. She doesn't really have much else she can do outside of that. It's just that and then jumping up and instantly throwing pin at them because it's just so fast. Yeah, that's the reason why
I jump in neutral a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, jumping in neutral is good with her because her jump dust and jump heavy slash are like great pokes that kind of prevent people from aggressing on her. Like, she could just jump around and do it, and it's like a wall. Between that and pin, yeah, but her grounded normals are gonna lose to 90% of the cast. Almost every cast member has grounded normals that go way further.
Oh, I almost blocked eye that time.
Oops. Nice.
Oh, for her pin, besides the height difference, is there a difference between the slash and pin?
No. So the only difference between the two, they both throw at a 45-degree angle, and they're the same. Same properties, it's just that she does like a jump flip when she does the heavy slash one. There are different applications and combos. Oh, whoops, let me do that. There are different applications and combos between the two. I'm not a Millia main, so like I have a rough idea, but I might not be exact. But I mentioned that Secret Garden is really, really hard to set up. And there are ways she can actually set it up. I'll actually try and demonstrate it real quick in the corner a little bit. I'll probably fuck it up, but like you'll get the concept. So because the slash one, she just falls straight down, and the heavy slash one, she jumps up. If she does an air combo and she ends it with slash, it's technically better to do that because she has more time, because she'll reach the ground faster, can do tandem top faster, and then has more time to do what she wants. As opposed to this, the opponent would be she'll still have time to do a mix up, but she'll have less time. Yeah. The thing is, though, is that heavy slash is easier in combos because of the fact that she does jump up, so it hits people higher above her. So it is kind of a decision making you have to make. If you can hit the slash one, you want to do that so it gives you more time, but the heavy slash one is there for if, oh, they're too high above me, slash won't hit, I need that extra jump up to hit them. Now, where, like I mentioned the Secret Garden, let me put you in the corner real quick, is that if she does a combo like, let's see, whoops, like that, kinda. If she does slash there, she has more time to land and do Secret Garden. I believe she actually does have setups off of doing just a simple double jump combo like that, and then doing slash in the Secret Garden, whereas heavy slash pin in the Secret Garden wouldn't work because the extra hop would make her take too long to touch the ground. So that's the only difference between the two.
Okay.
Like, giving an actual example of that. Yeah, there's that, her not getting hit when I did this poke because she doesn't have legs when she does that. Oh, thanks for the follow, Trinity5. I appreciate it.
Oh, my feet touched it.
That's like the one thing about Millia that annoys me is the fact that if she doesn't have meter and her far slash and the heavy slash chain hits too far, she doesn't have anything she can do. Because sometimes like the sweep will she'll be too far to sweep, and it's like, damn. There we go. That's a Millia mirror. Nice. What's that called? Flower install? No. Chroming Rose, but I like flower install better, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this on counter hit causes a wall bounce too. She can combo off it, but I messed up comboing off it.
Which one?
Her jump dust. If you counter hit somebody, like hit them out of an attack, it'll see how it wall bounced you in the corner, and then she can combo off it with her crouch heavy. So if people are like trying to get out of the corner, it's very common that people will jump and air dash out, and then you can like be like no and just like keep them in the corner.
Okay.
So like just jumping right there as Millia covers two things. So you could jump and then you have the dust to cover the horizontal space and then the pin to cover that space. You could jump and just see like roughly what they're doing. If they block the pin, you can basically run in. And then if you jump dust, there's not really much risk of you doing that. So when you have somebody in the corner, that's something, kind of a game you can play with them.
Okay.
Farley too, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. And if any of you guys are watching and you guys have Millia tips or something like that, definitely put them in. Everybody's trying to level up out here.
That was the blitz shield, right?
Exactly, yeah. So when somebody does blitz shield, any attack you hit to them, it'll say rejected and your character will get knocked back. So there's basically two types of blitz shield. So there's a standing one if you're just standing and do it. If you do that, it'll beat everything a standing block beats. So jump in attacks, mid attacks, overhead attacks, but we'll lose to lows and throws. It's just like as if you're basically blocking high. And then there's a low blitz shield where you hit down and then slash and heavy slash together. The input is actually heavy slash plus any button except dust, but you have to hold specifically down. Down back will give you faultless, and back will give you faultless as well. So you have to have 25% meter to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. And the low version, it'll parry lows, but it actually won't parry anything else except for lows. So it's basically like a call-out move. You can use it on Wake Up. It starts up instantly, so it will not be beat out by anything if you do it on Wake Up. It's a true reversal that every character can do. So if you're ever getting up, and it works on projectiles as well, like Millia's Tandem Top and anything. Yeah, so if somebody's ever pressuring you and you're like, man, I don't want to take this mix up, you can use Blitz Shield, and as long as you were correct, obviously if you do the high one and they go low, you're going to get hit and it's going to say counter hit. But if you're correct, it'll stun the opponent and then you can get out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now I know how my friend feels when I play him.
Right. Yeah, that's how I feel. My friend plays Johnny, and I fucking hate that character. And then, so I picked him up, and I was doing Johnny stuff to him, and I was like, yeah, how's it feel? He kept downplaying his character. I'm like, this character's dumb. Nice. Was that you? Did you do the 2-3-6-6 tandem top there? It looked like you did. Nice. So hard to get tandem top of after this move. Libido is. He knows what Blitz Shield is. Nerd. Yeah, nobody understands. Like, a lot of people don't understand some of the mechanics you can spend meter to do in this game because Arc System Works makes them really complicated for no reason. Like, I stopped explaining half of what Blitz Shield does because I was like, I'm gonna be here forever. Like, when you get hit with a Blitz Shield, like say somebody does Blitz Shield and you hit them and you know how it said rejected and your character got stunned back. You can do nothing, but you can Blitz Shield their Blitz Shield back by spending 25% of your own meter, and you can actually just keep rejecting each other like a bunch of times if you all want to keep spending the meter. It'll go rejected, rejected, and you keep going back and forth. Whoops. Nice.
trying to use roll in my game more. It seems really good.
Yeah, it can be. Just because, like, she can, like, roll on people, and the second that people want to stop her, she can hit them out of their attempt to stop them. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, also, I don't think I've seen you use, TK Bad Moon too much. Are you, you might have used it and I didn't notice. Have you been using it?
I try and use it, whenever I get the top out.
Okay, because her TK Bad Moon's her fastest overhead, because it's way faster than her 6K overhead. It's like her fastest option, and so I think mixing that up with her like 2S, like her crouch slash, is really good, just because like the 2K is so fast that sometimes people will block low and then switch to high to kind of like cover both options. But the extra startup on the 2S is very similar to, like, I think these are both hit on a very similar timing, whereas this is really fast and this has a little bit of a delay. So people might block low then switch to high to cover both of these options. But I often think that doing TK Bad Moon between this is really, really good. That's another technique Millias can do too, is S tandem top YRC, because it puts you hit YRC right after you hit the slash for tandem top, and what it does is it puts a basically a hitbox around her, so you have to Roman cancel right after you do it.
Okay.
So you do, yeah, exactly. And so that hitbox is there the whole time, and so you can move. That hitbox is there. And it's really good in neutral because it eats projectiles. So say you're playing against like a Soul or something and he's doing his gun flame, you can do this YRC. It'll eat the projectile and freeze time, and then you can run in and punish the projectile. It's really strong against projectile characters.
Oh, okay. I hate this mode.
Yeah, I know. Like, please remove this mechanic in the new game, which I'm sure they will. My back.
Whoop. I'm dead.
Damn, sick punish on my end. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if Blitz Shield and Danger Time were gone. It seems like in the new Guilty Gear they're probably going to remove a lot of mechanics. They said they're like starting from scratch, so.
Is that mine or yours? That's yours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they look similar. That happened to me a couple times. Nice. See, somebody asked, what does the pin do again? It's basically just a projectile Millia has that goes extremely fast that she can only do in the air, and it's her main way of getting knockdowns and air combos. Nice conversion off that 5p anti-air.
Yeah, I saw someone like use it in tournament, like during neutral, if they see the opponent like jumping, they like sort of like preemptively do this as sort of an anti-air.
It is actually, yeah. It's actually one of her anti-airs. This, and then this is upper body invulnerable, so it's like the universal anti-air. And so if somebody air dashes at you, you can use either, because this is really, really fast. This is upper body invul, and okay. And then this is usable too. It's just a bit slower, so you have to do it a little bit earlier than the rest of the options, just so that you don't get hit out of the startup.
Yeah, I tried to hit this with you a lot of times, but I'm not getting the timing.
Yeah, it's also hard because Millia's jump-ins, like when they're placed like this, like we're on the tip, it's hard to anti-air her.
Yeah.
That was an accident. So this right here, if anyone ever does that, back throw the hell out of them. Because throws in Guilty Gear start up instantly. So if somebody's close to you, even if they do a perfect media attack, you can throw them for free every time. And Millia's have the mistake of doing this. I'm already committing to the move. Like, I instantly messed up. So if somebody's ever close to you in Guilty Gear, you can back throw them every time.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know that her 5 heavy slash there, and when you do the roll into the stab, you know that only works on crouching characters, right? I don't know if I explained that, or if you already knew.
Crouching?
Yeah, so in Guilty Gear, combos, there are crouching only combos in this game. Every character has them. Because the way this game works is when you hit an opponent crouching, they have extra hit stun. Like, they're stunned for longer when they're hit crouching. It's very short, but they are. And so it's actually more important for Millia than a lot of characters because, for example, this combo right here, where she does... you can just stand still. So this... Oh, whoops. What the hell? Okay, hold on. So this... See how it didn't combo?
Yeah.
Now just hold down. Not down back, but just down so that way I can hit you. So see how it says 4 hits? So this only works on crouching characters. So with Millia, when you're doing a Gatling like this, right? There's a couple things you have to recognize with her as opposed to a lot of other characters. So the first thing is, are they standing or crouching? Well, the first thing is, can I combo into sweep? Because that's what you want. And obviously, if you hit them like back here, the answer is no. So the thing with Millia is if you're far, you just have to cut your losses sometime and just accept, like, okay, this is all I get. I can, like, try to roll in and do something, but if you're really far and sweep doesn't work, she can't do anything. She could spend meter, like, she could do this. Right? But if you're close, obviously your go-to is going to be either sweep or the launch, right? But if you recognize that they're crouching, you can do this combo. As well. Okay. That's why it works after the overhead. Because she can combo off the overhead if they're crouching, and she can do that ender if they're crouching.
Okay, so, that makes sense.
Yeah. I like already like killed you, and then I'm like, yeah, let's play. I'll just let you kind of practice some stuff.
Yeah, I hate that. I'm like too far after this.
Exactly. And that's gonna be the hardest part with Millia is that there are characters in this game that can just pretty much autopilot the same shit. She's hard because not only is she high execution, but like, I mean, obviously to a degree, every character has to react to the situation, but I think she especially, like, she suffers from being too far a lot of times. Too far to put up the Oki, too far to like finish the combo with a knockdown. So like you really have to like have an eye for, oh, I'm not in range for sweep, I should do this. Yeah, like when you get a 2K right there, because the only buttons I think she can chain into her sweep and have it combo, that doesn't chain into sweep. This launches. Close slash works, far slash doesn't go into sweep. This doesn't work. So literally her only routes into sweep is this. But if you're close enough for close slash, you might as well do the launcher. Right. So like her only way of going into sweep is off of this. Is off her 5 heavy slash. That's the only way you can go into sweep. So if you land with this, you have to... But then if you're too far, it's like, well, shit. So... but yeah, so like the main way that you are going to combo into sweep with her is you have to do it off of her 5 heavy.
Okay.
And I'd say if sweep's too far to hit, if they're crouching, then you can at least do roll into the stab move. If they're not crouching, then you just have to cut your losses and be like, well, I could spend meter and then, you know, RC and dash up and do the full combo, or just accept the fact that Millia literally just can't get anything if you hit them, if you're too far out of range.
Okay.
Yeah. Oops, messed up. Nice. So I recognize she's crouching, so I can do this. Yeah, so again, crouching combos.
Can't believe I blocked that.
Right. I was like, oh, okay, damn. I'm gonna pick a different character so that way you can play your Millia against like a different character.
Okay.
Who do your friends usually play as?
He plays Alpha.
Oh, your friend plays Alpha? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You pick up the game like roughly around when you did, or has he been playing longer or less? Or?
I've played like maybe a week longer than he has.
Oh, okay. So pretty much
We're
the
both
same
new to
time.
the game.
Oh, okay, cool. Word. Did he come from Melee as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is like the very first fighting game. I think I tried jumping there.
Okay.
Another bad habit I'm trying to do is like trying to not press buttons while blocking. I get really antsy.
I think we can all relate to that one. I paid for this damn game. Let me press my buttons. Yeah, so that moves an overhead, but it's pretty slow, and everyone can beat it depending on, like, you could just block it, obviously, but everybody can anti-air it, but it depends on your character, because it's like, usually what happens is you tell someone, oh yeah, you can anti-air that, and then they try to, and then Soul just punches them in the mouth and slams them into the floor. Because it does have a pretty fat hitbox, but some characters 6Ps because they're upper body invul. Some of them will like just invul the punch, and they can anti-air him and get a full combo. But nice. Nice.
I'm guessing that's a high too.
Oh no, it's not. It looks like it. This move. Yeah, it's one of his special moves. They're both mids. You can block them high or low. And it is your turn afterwards. It's a special move. Once he's done, it's your turn. But, like, it doesn't feel like it. Like, that looks like an overhead kick right there, but it's not. But yeah, it's definitely your turn afterwards. You just have to make sure you press, like, a really quick button. Souls will try and steal their turn back after that move. Yeah, like in that situation, I don't think there's anything you could have done to get a knockdown. That's the hardest part about Millia, is that you'll get a hit and then you're like, oh shit, what do? I have like 4 different routes depending on, are they crouching, am I close? Like...
Alright, I think I have time for one more.
Okay.
That should be mine.
Yeah, no, not at all. Sounds good.
Yeah, I got a lot of tips I have to go over. I'm gonna watch this VOD later.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll actually probably upload it to YouTube. I usually do as well. But yeah, I mean VOD as well. And then also in the Discord, there's like a match analysis section as well. And a lot of people like to give tips and stuff. So if you ever like have matches with your friend or whatever and record them or have questions, I'm sure you already are, but definitely I think the best way to learn is just watching other Millia players, like top level ones, and you'll learn like so much. Have you gone to like the Dust Loop website at all, like the wiki?
Dust Loop, is that the one with like it shows all the moves? Yeah,
and it has like a brief description of what they're used for and like their frame data and stuff. It's like the Bible of this game and like any anime fighting game. What I have on my stream, if you type in exclamation point R2 resources, it drops like 4 links to a bunch of like really good resource sites. After this set, I'll drop them and kind of like show you what they're all for. It's like everything you need to learn this game. Yeah. But I think you're already like playing really well. It's just experience is really what it is, which is like such a cliche thing to say, but like it's true. So, in the chat here, I'm gonna put it up real quick. One sec. Okay, so if you have the chat, if you open up the Twitch chat, you might not see it if you don't have it opened already because I just typed it. But yeah, it's it also says underneath the panels on my Twitch, there's a list of bot commands, and one of them is exclamation point R2, like for Rev 2, exclamation point R2 resources. When you type that in, it drops 3 links. So, wait, no, 4 links. But the first 3 are really more important. Let me know when you've done that. And I just kind of want to show... There's really only 2 of the links I really want to explain to you. And I think that they would be super helpful. You've probably already been to Dustloop, to be honest.
Yeah, I've been to Dustloop. Keep on... Oh, I think I've seen this one for Eunice. Keep on Rockin'. But
yeah, Keep on Rockin' is awesome. So yeah, obviously it's pretty self-explanatory. You can find recent matches, because sometimes YouTubing matches you get like old ass stuff, but on this it updates daily, and you can type in any matchups that you want. So yeah, I would go on there and just watch a ton of Millia players playing, and then couple that with the Dustloop page of Millia. It has like all the info and all her moves and stuff. So I would just watch those, and then obviously, you know, we try and play like every Sunday and stuff, so then just like testing what you learn from that, you know, every weekend, playing with your friend and playing in lobbies, and you should be good.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at this later. Okay,
cool. Well, hopefully it was helpful for you.
Yeah, it was really helpful.
Okay, cool. Alright, man. Well, good luck. I'll catch you next time.
Alright, thanks.
Yep. Bye. I think he learned a lot. Teja's dope. He was, he definitely isn't like beginner, you know. He learns fast, so I'm excited to see how he is in like the next like coming weeks and stuff like that. So okay, so let me I don't know why I put my stick down. Let me go ahead and open the lobby back up.